You muted on your phone. You muted.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we green right now. We good right now.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
we good
yeah.
right now. Brother, the first question I got for you, you was a senior during that 2015 Duke run?
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, I don't think you realize, all right, it's very few point guards. When you was a senior, I was a junior in high school. So there's very few point guards that I watched. It was you, Tyus, Trey Burke,
Yeah,
Russ Smith, Peyton Seaver,
yeah.
Kimball Walker, Tyler
Yep. Go,
Ulis. Tyler Ulis.
go.
It was them 7 PGs that I used to watch every time y'all played. I'm talking about like
Appreciate it, bro.
every time y'all hoop, I watched y'all, studied y'all. You and Tyus especially because y'all was like floor generals, like turnover ratio, like low as a mug, probably 4-1, 5-1, whatever the case may be. Ulis the same way. Trey Burke was a bucket. He had to score a lot in Michigan.
Yeah,
Peyton Seaver, Russ Smith scored the basketball a lot too. But you and
yeah,
Tyus controlled the show,
yeah,
controlled the entire show, and made timely big buckets for your squad. So talk to me
yeah.
about that year in 2015. Like, what was your role, and like, what are some of the things you had to do to get you guys over the hump?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the love. That's an elite company right there.
No
All those
cap.
guys is dogs. Yeah, for me, like I think my sophomore year, we lost to Peyton Seaver and Russ in the Elite Eight, and I saw just how like elite guard play has to be. You know what I'm saying? 2011, Kimba, he won it. Obviously, 13, Peyton Seaver and Russ Smith beat Trey Burke in the chip. So 2015, the internet, Duke fans and people were trying to put me and Tyus against each other. Because I didn't go to the league after my junior year and he came in my senior year. So it was like, ah, Quinn going to the bench, who gonna start, blah, blah, blah. But we embraced each other and we had a good, what I'm saying, connection. And we got it done. And it was lit. It was lit. That was a fun year.
All right, so talk to me about this. In the Final Four, obviously, all right,
Yeah.
so did y'all play before Kentucky and Wisconsin or after?
We played before. We had the first game.
So you wasn't thinking like, I bet we finna play Kentucky in this championship, like in the semifinals watching Wisconsin and Kentucky. You wasn't expecting to play the undefeated team in the championship?
I mean, to be honest, bro, you know how tough it is in a tournament. Like it's one and done.
Yeah.
And we had played Wisconsin earlier that year, and they were the toughest team we had played up to date. So we knew how good they were. And Kentucky beat that same Wisconsin team the year before in the Final Four. So
Mm.
we knew Wisconsin was going to be on get back. Now I ain't gonna sit here and say that we or I said that Wisconsin was going to win, but I knew it was going to be a good game.
Yeah.
And undefeated is obviously um, crazy to do. But Wisconsin was old. They had Kaminsky, Decker, Jackson, Hayes. They both rounds a hell of a coach. So
Yeah.
um, we knew it was going to be a good game. But I ain't gonna sit here and tell you that I knew Wisconsin was going to win. I thought we was going to play Kentucky in the championship
Yeah.
for sure.
How you think that would have went? Yo,
I
cool.
mean,
That was the
I mean,
Twins. Cat.
yeah, we had the best player in the country though. Jaleel was the big dog
Yeah.
of that 2014 class, and Jaleel used to say that all year, man. I wish we played Kentucky. Like
Mm-hmm.
Cat don't want nothing, blah blah blah. But Cat was the best prospect at the time. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's the number one pick, but Jaleel was the best player. So I liked our chances. They went 10 deep. We had 6, 7. You know what I'm saying? I just thought we was
Ooh,
tougher than them.
that was the
And
platoon system.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
going 10 deep,
Yeah.
5 in, 5 out.
Yeah.
You can't do that against us.
Yeah, yeah. So talk to me about you and Tyus, though. You said they tried to pin y'all against each other. Like, what was it like
Yeah.
during the year trying to figure that out?
I mean, it was quick. Like as soon as he got to campus, you know what I'm saying? I took him under my wing,
Yeah.
and it wasn't like you know, uh, I gotta beat him and everything and stuff like that. It was more like, let's play the
You already know what's going on. Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring this video, the best place to win cash while watching sports. The first part of our lineup is going to be OG Anunoby, more than 18 points. He's been playing really well in his last 5 games, and he's playing a Boston Celtics team that he's played really well against in the past. So we're going to go more than 18 points for OG Anunoby tonight. The next part of our lineup is going to be less than 29.5 points for Devin Booker. Although he's been playing really, really well in his last 3 games, he has had an up and down stretch in his last 5, and I think he's going to have less than 29.5 tonight against the Golden State Warriors. already know what to do, man. Click the link in the description, download Prize Picks, and use code BELLIS to receive $50 guaranteed once you place your first $5 lineup. That is code BELLIS to receive $50 guaranteed once you place your first $5 lineup. Let's get to it.
Together, let's try to build something together. And obviously, we'll push each other. We'll match up and pick up. We'll play ones and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? I was coming into my 4th year. He was coming into his 1st. So I was starting point guard the last 3 years. So I kind of seen everything. And he was an 18-year-old freshman. So it was a big brother, little brother situation.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, we got it done. We was the best backcourt in the country by far.
Bro, talk to me about Justice, though. Like, what role did he play in all of this, bro?
He was the gangster. He was the gangster.
Wait, what?
He was the gangster. He was the gangster. He was the hybrid of the team. Could guard 1 through 4. Athletic. And he just made timely plays, bro. He was a point forward, kind of. And me and Tyus could play off him when we got the rebound. When he got the rebound, instead of running to the ball, me and Tyus could get out and get the ball in transition. So I call him the gangster of the crew. I mean, he brought a different swag to us. And, you know, he put us on his back in Houston in the Sweet 16 in the Elite 8 to get to the Forest.
Yeah. So, like, during these games, right, obviously you got the ball in your hands a lot. So, like, how do you decipher on when to take over the game offensively, whether that be controlling the show or scoring the basketball? Like, when do you decide?
Yeah, I mean, you know, as a hooper, man, it's all feel. You know what I'm saying? I think you don't really go into the game like, oh, I'm going to get 30 or I'm going to get 40 or I'm going to get 13 assists. I just think you kind of, you know, feel out how the game is being played, how the, you know, other teams guarding you, how your bigs is playing, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So for me, Coach wanted me to be more of a scorer that year. I think my first 3 years, I was more of a pure point guard. I had guys like Seth Curry with me in the backcourt. I had Mason Plumlee my sophomore year.
A Rivers, huh?
Yeah, Austin, you know what I'm saying, was we were together as freshmen.
Yeah.
My junior year, we had Jabari Parker and Rodney Hood, 2 of the best scorers in the country, so I was more of a pure point. But when Tyus got there, you know, I think I was a better scorer than Tyus, so Coach wanted me a little bit more off the ball and in scoring mode with Jaleel and have Tyus be more of the facilitator. So I like that season because I got to score a little bit.
Yeah.
And you know, it was fun. It was a fun season.
What was your toughest regular season matchup?
Well, I would probably say Notre Dame. Notre Dame, they were really good. We lost to them twice that year. We lost to them at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I think we was number 2 in the country. They was like number 4, so it was a top 5 showdown. We lost at the buzzer, and they beat us in the ACC tournament that year as well. That team ended up losing to Kentucky in the Elite 8. Jaron Grant, me and Jaron went to high school together in middle school. He missed a step back 3 in the corner to beat Kentucky in the Elite 8. So that team was really, really good. So they were probably our toughest matchup for sure.
I don't really think people understand like the North Carolina matchups because some people may because they may have like a high school rivalry, but like explain to the people like those matchups twice a year.
It's none like it. You know what I'm saying? Duke fans only really care about 2 games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they'll rather if we beat Carolina twice in the season and we lose every game, they'll be happy. Like they don't care. That's how much they hate Carolina. And the other day, man, I actually went to the Final Four game against Houston the other night, and I got back, and you know, we beat Carolina 3 times this year. We swept them. You know, I was trolling Theo Pinson on Twitter. I was trolling Tywan Lawson on my Instagram. So I ain't been thinking about they lost in the first round. I ain't been thinking about Carolina. I'm talking about as soon as I check my phone that we lost to Houston, they trolling me. Like that's how serious it is. Like whoever Duke plays, Carolina rooting for that other team, and vice versa. Whoever Carolina plays, we root for that team. So it's a serious rivalry. Serious.
Brother, talk to me real quick about that Wisconsin championship game and the flow of that game and like some of the things you were seeing throughout that game.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it 100. Like it was probably one of the tougher games I played because for me, I was a senior and I knew it was my last game, so I was like just emotionally exhausted. Like everybody's texting you before the game. Oh, you had a hell of a career. Good luck, da. And for me, like just I wanted to do whatever it took to win. we played them earlier in the season in the Big Ten ACC tournament. I mean, not
Oh,
tournament,
ACC
challenge.
challenge. Yeah,
Yeah,
facts.
yep. And we beat them. We beat them in Wisconsin. So I knew they was kind of going to be on get back. And they were an older team, and they were coming off an emotional win against Kentucky. So, man, as you know, in tournament, anything can happen. Basketball, anything can happen. It could be, your day. It could be the other team's day. So, knew it was going to be a defensive battle. Jaleel got in foul trouble early, so that kind of, set us back a little bit. I think we was up like one at the half. Maybe we was down one, whatever. But it was a seesaw game in the first half. And they kind of threw the first punch in the second half. And we might have got down 9 or 11. And that's when Grayson Allen, you know what I'm saying, he made some timely buckets. Yeah, that was the
I
Grayson
forgot
Allen.
about G. Allen.
Yep. So he kind of got us back. Jaleel made some big buckets. And then Tyus, you know what I'm saying, hit the long two to kind of put us, away up 5. So yeah, man, we end up pulling away with our defense at the end. But it was a historic game for us.
Y'all was loaded.
Yeah, we was good. I think we had eight NBA players.
Yeah, you, Tyus, Matt Jones, Jaleel, Justice, Grayson. Who else?
Emil Jefferson.
He's
and
coaching.
Marshall
He's
Plumlee.
coaching now, right?
Yeah, he's with the Celtics.
And Marshall. God, y'all was loaded. Marshall
Yeah,
ain't play much that year.
We was nice. Yeah, Grayson was up and down. Especially we got rid of but Coach K, he dismissed Rasheed Suleiman. So once he left the team, Grayson kind of got a little more spotty minutes and stuff. So yeah, man, Grayson saved us.
What was your best game as a player at Duke?
My best game?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's not really one game that sticks out. I think I would say like my best moment. We were playing Virginia Tech at VTech, and like my first 3 years, like me and Coach, like I wouldn't say we would clash. Like I wasn't disrespectful or anything, but I was stuck in my ways. You know what I'm saying? Body language. Anybody could be a great leader when stuff is going well. You know what I'm saying? Like when everybody's balling, when your shots going, when you playing well, you can lead. But when your shots not falling, when you're losing, it's hard to lead. So I would have these, battles, not, with Coach K, but with myself, and Coach will always remind me. So my senior year, I kind of crossed that bridge. And like Coach never yelled at me, but we were playing against Virginia Tech. And I think I had a streak where like I might have had like 5 straight 20-point games. Like I was balling. And I kind of was getting off to a slow start and at VTech. And it's tough to play there. Fans is crazy. And like the second half, the coach like gets after me, you know what I'm saying? And at like the under 16 timeout. And like that was like the front, like Jaleel, Tyus, Justice, that was their first time seeing Coach like get after me. And they all like looked at me and I just said, yes, sir. Like I responded. And Coach hit like I walked out, Coach like patted me on my head, like you know what to do. And I might have scored like 12 straight, but like that's the moment that I was trying to get to my whole career. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Coach, get on you, don't throw an attitude, don't get in your feelings. Yes, sir, let's move on. And he kind of sparked me. And I ran off like 12 straight. We ended up winning the overtime. And then after that, we played Carolina. I think I had like another 23. And it kind of propelled me to me having an All-American year. Like I think him going off on me my junior year, I might have, had a little attitude in my head, and I wouldn't be playing well. So I kind of crossed that bridge that next year. So I wouldn't say my best game, but my best moment for sure.
So there were at times at Duke where like you were in your own head at times.
Yeah, 100%.
What do you tell players? What do you tell players that go through that shit? Because I ain't gonna lie, I went through that shit in college, like my first couple years, and some players going through that right now in high school, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had 2 mentors, Jay Williams, obviously, the one of the greats to ever play, and Sean Dockery. And when I was a freshman, they kind of took me under their wing, and I was struggling like Coach, because I came in a year after Kyrie, left, so I was supposed to be the starting point guard. I ended up having a serious injury at Oak Hill that kind of set me back going into that next year. So like every time we would lose, like in college, you lose, you had a tough practice the next day, you watch a film, and I would be in the starting lineup like the next practice every time. And I start a game, 2 games, and if I did anything, got backdoored, missed the box out, like any little like specific little detail that coach emphasized, I'm coming out and I'm not starting the next game. So like they used to always tell me like, what I'm saying? It's like I'm not being disrespectful to coach, but it was like, man, fuck coach. Like you gotta play your game. You gotta play, yes sir, no sir, you gotta play the game, but like you have to have that fuck coach mentality because when you play like or you in your head or your leash was short, you're not gonna play. Like your instincts ain't gonna take over like they are. So once I got that like man, fucking mentality, like I'm gonna go out swinging, but obviously under the confines of what coach wants me to do, I kind of figured it out. So like Caleb Foster this year, like he was going through it. Like, I had a conversation with him, Tyrese Proctor last year. I remember Trey Jones was struggling, his freshman year, trying to get Zion and RJ and Cam the ball and not being himself. So I always try to be that guy for them because I had the guys like Duhan, Sean Dockery, Jay Williams, guys like that before me help me. So it's definitely a brotherhood, like literally.
Yeah. I feel like the best times or the best games or best moments is when like you unlock that fuck it mentality, bro. Because it's like you're not thinking about impressing nobody or doing what somebody's saying. You just focused on what you got to do on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these players, even the players that I used to coach back in the gap, like 2021, 2022 in high school, they so worried about impressing the coach to stay on the floor that you're thinking about the game so much. It's supposed to be instinctive. You're not supposed to be thinking.
100%.
Bro,
100%.
I used to get caught up in that shit all the time in college, bro. My best game ever was me not thinking about nothing.
Nothing, bro.
That
Nothing.
shit, yo, that is crazy, dog.
It's reactive, bro. Basketball is reactive, and you put so much work in. It's just supposed to be muscle memory, and you just reacting off what's going on. And if you thinking about this, that, your mind ain't gonna be as sharp to react. That's just anything.
God, bro, that shit used to piss me off, bro. Do you remember? Did you match up with Well, I think you did match up with Peyton Seaver and Russ Smith, right?
Yeah, we played twice my sophomore year. We beat them in the Bahamas tournament in the championship. I got MVP of that tournament and that game. And then down the road, that same season we played them in the Elite Eight and we lost in the Elite Eight. They went to the Final Four.
That's when Louisville was ACC at the time, huh?
Yeah, I think they were ACC the next year. I think they was AAC that year.
Yeah,
I believe.
Bro,
yeah, that was AAC the next year.
What was your toughest matchups, bro? Bro, you went to get some niggas, bro.
Yeah, I always say them two, man, because like they were like, they had the philosophy to where like they're gonna foul you every single play, like, and the refs ain't calling foul every play. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they picking you up. They fouling you, you get a ball up, they nudging you, like they showed me a whole new perspective of being in shape. Like you think you in shape until you play them. Because they still getting buckets, they got the ball, they're coming off pick and rolls, they shooting 15, 17 shots a game, and they still picking up the opposite point guards full court. And they showed me a different type of, you know what I'm saying? I would say shape and just condition. Shane Larkin was a tough cover. Yeah. I played against him for 2 years. Him at Miami.
Yeah.
I've been playing against Trey Burke and Shane Larkin since we were 8, 9 years old. So they've been giving me hell since we was 8, 9 years old. So I would say Shane, Trey Burke, and Peyton Stephen, Russ Smith. Those 4.
Shit. So what was some of your best actions for like what Coach K would call for you? Ball screen, down screen, flare. Like what was some of your best actions? Like, okay, I'm getting a bucket off this shit. Or like I know.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I knew I made it. Like I knew Coach like believed in me my freshman year. Like we ran no pick and rolls. Like we'll run like side pick and rolls sometimes for Austin and Steph.
Yeah.
But that was out of just our continuity action. It was called elbow wide. So it didn't matter who was on the wing. You getting a pick and roll. But when I started to start, he implemented, the ball screen like up top, like the flat ball screen. Like I'm getting like transition drag. So coach, always is going to put his players in the best position. So he loved me in the pick and roll. So yeah, that's when I knew I kind of arrived. Like, all right, coach, I can boogie. Like, coach, I can get to it. Sometimes like late shot clock situations, like he would get mad if I didn't go run to get the ball. Now, my senior year, like he wanted me and Tyus to go get it. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of took a lot off me because I could spot up and shoot.
Yeah.
But like my freshman to junior year, like I had to kind of make every single play with the ball. So that was a lot of responsibility, but that's what I signed up for. So.
How many catch and shoot opportunities did you get your senior year compared to the first 3 years?
It was night and day.
Yeah.
More I got a good amount my sophomore year just because Mason, we ran the offense through Mason, a traditional big, through the post. So he was getting a lot of doubles and he could pass. So I would get a good number. Seth Curry was, I don't know, I want to say Seth led us in scoring as well. So he would get a lot of attention. He could play make as well, but he was trying to score. So once we got Jaleel, like I never played with such a dominant player to that point like Ja. So Ja was getting double teamed every single play, every single team. He was getting double teamed. He knew how to pass. And I was running the floor a lot with Tyus. So he would, outlet quick to me. I was getting a lot of looks, man. I shot the cover off the ball my senior year.
Where you was?
Because I got easy.
In the 40s?
I think I was 44 maybe.
Yeah.
I knew I led the conference in 70 for sure.
Shit, bro. I want to transition to your NBA career because you've also had a journey in the league, but you played with a lot of like legends. But like, talk to me specifically about like your journey throughout your career, like getting to the point where you ended up winning championships and being a part of legendary teams.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, coming off, my college career, I know my sophomore year and junior year, especially my sophomore year, like I wanted to go to the league. It wasn't where, like, now you can test the water, but keep your eligibility. Like, nah, it wasn't that. Like, it was either if you put your name in the draft, you in the draft, and ain't no coming back. So after my sophomore year, what I'm saying, I was second team, all ACC. I led, the ACC in assists. And we did well. We ended up losing in Elite 8, like I said, but I was going to be a late, first round, second round for sure. And I felt like I had more to improve. I wasn't ready to go to the league at 19. So I ended up coming back, didn't have a good junior year. And my senior year, had a great year, was All-American, won the championship. So I'm like, I'm definitely getting drafted. And I did my pre-workouts. Was really good, because that's all one-on-one. 2-on-2 full courts and just shooting just to see who's in shape. And, I took pride in being in shape and, playing one-on-one and stuff. So did really good on my workouts. I had 13 or 14 workouts. And I was promised by 2 teams I would get drafted. But at that time, a lot of people were drafting and stashing. So basically like, all right, we're going to draft you with the 48th pick, but we're going to put you on our D-League team and you can't get called up by anybody. We might not invite you to training camp, or we might see like a lot of guys I knew was getting drafted and was going straight overseas, like the Spurs, the Sixers, the Rockets. They was famous for drafting guys in the second round and sending them straight overseas. So I really wasn't trying to do that. And I had a lot of teams after the 46th pick, maybe 4 teams, offered me the draft and stash. And it was either, you can hear your name called. You could say, forever you was a 47th pick in the 2015 NBA draft, but my goal was to go to training camp. And I had a couple other teams that said, look, if you don't get drafted or whatever, we're promising you, we're going to take you to camp and compete for a spot. So I was kind of betting on myself at that point. So I went undrafted, signed with OKC, did really well in Summer League, and ended up signing a deal with Cleveland. And I was cut the last day on right before opening day. They took an older player, a guy who's in the league for a little bit. But like I said, I got to do training camp with, Cleveland. I got to be with Bron every day. I was living with Kyrie. And it kind of just showed me like I was really, really close to the league. So instead of me going overseas, I went to the D League and kind of just wanted to prove myself. Killed in the D League, got MVP down there, and got caught up in the rest of history.
What was your mindset like getting cut on that day? Like what were you going
Um,
through?
I was sick. I'm gonna keep it 100, but I'm a realist. Like the dude who I was competing with, like the first game, I was the first dude off the bench. I played decent. And then the next game, he was the first guy off the bench, and he scored 30. Like he scored. I was sick. Like he
Yeah.
was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a realist. Like he outplayed me during that time. But like I'm 22 years old. You know, rookie, undrafted, trying to make it. He was a first round pick. This was his going to say 6th year in the league. So
He knows
he had
going
way
on.
more. He knows what's going on. So
Yeah.
and he was a hell of a player too. So I wasn't mad. So but it kind of showed me like, man, I belong. Like, cause I was practicing with Bron. I'm throwing Bron lobs. We had, an inter-squad scrimmage. It was called the gold whatever scrimmage. I was the lead scorer in it, and like these is the same Cavs who just lost to the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's playing, but Kyrie was hurt. But so it kind of just showed me like, man, I'm right here. You know what I'm saying? I just need a little bit more work, but I'm right there. So I'm happy. I handle it that way because maybe if I get drafted, I get stashed somewhere. I don't get that opportunity, and maybe what I'm saying, I get
Yeah.
stuck on the shit or whatever. So who knows? But it ended up working out for me.
How does your mentality shift after that day, right? Where did you sign after?
I went straight. I went straight to the D League team. I went
Yeah.
straight to the D League team, Canton Charge.
Mm-hmm.
It was most of the same coaches that was with us, in Cleveland. So it was a good transition, and I was the guy on the team. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I was rookie, but they let me, what I'm saying, it's your show, and I got to, get better with experience, and I got better just learning on the fly, and I turned it into a good season.
So how does your so what did you go to after that? Once you won MVP of the D League?
So it's crazy, man. Like, so I end up firing my agent, right? Because I'm hearing, man, you supposed to get called up, and I had a lot of teams, even the Cavs, man, the Cavs. So I end up getting MVP and Rookie of the Year, and Bron was coming to my games. Like I said, I was living with Kyrie, so I was like, I felt a part of the Cavs still. You know what I'm saying? I still felt a part of the Cavs, and Dave Griffin, the GM, he's like, yeah, I think Mo Williams, his knee sore. We're gonna call you up, sign you for the playoffs. And they end up signing two other players, like a 10-year NBA vet, maybe like a 15-year NBA vet, and then just another guy who was in the G League, with a D League at the time. And he basically lied to me. So I was sick about that. But so I ended up firing my agent, and I didn't have an agent or nothing. So I got myself on a random D League summer league team, and yeah, like 'cause in summer league they had the D League select, so it was the coach of the Spurs, the G League Spurs. He was the coach, but he was playing his backcourt. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no competition. Like the guys that played for the Austin Spurs, the point guard and the shooting guard, he was playing them all the minutes. So I'm out there in Vegas. I'm not playing nothing. So I ain't know what was about to happen. I ain't know what I was about to do. And it's crazy. So funny story. Me and one of my teammates, we ain't go out or nothing the whole time. So we like, man, we got one more game. We ain't playing, man. We going out. So I'm talking about we go out all night, bro. We
And then
out
you
all
end
night.
up playing the next day.
Next day, they hit us. They like, yeah, it was an early game. It might have been like 1 o'clock. They're like, yeah, we don't got no walkthrough, man. Y'all just meet us on the bus. So we get on the bus. Like 5 of the guys who've been playing most of the minutes, they signed overseas deals. So they ain't playing this game. So I mean, I ain't drink like nothing. We weren't drinking, so like I wasn't drunk, but I was kind of like sleepy. But we played against New Orleans, and I went off. I had like 22 and 8, and then I signed with New Orleans right after that, and then the rest is history.
So after you fried New Orleans, it was like we just signed this point guard.
Yeah, they signed me, but like I said, if I didn't play well that game, I probably wouldn't have, you know, got that opportunity.
Bro, all right, bro. Now this is my thing. How do you keep the switch on? Because a lot of guys is just like, this shit is aggravating. Like, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you
Yeah.
keep the switch on to stay prepared and stay ready at that particular time with all this stuff is going on where I could have been signed here for the championship run, it didn't happen. This happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How do you stay with the switch on?
To be honest, bro, I was on blast, bro. Like I lived in the gym. Like I was ready. But also, like, when you on the bench, you like, man, if only I got that one chance to get in the game. Like, if I got that one opportunity, if I blah blah blah. So once I clicked in my head that these guys wasn't playing, like I knew it was gonna be so many people at the game. Like I knew, like we was playing on the main floor too, like the main one.
Yeah.
Like they kept putting us in the little rinky-dink one upstairs. But this game, I don't know. I think because we was playing against Buddy Hill. Buddy Hill had all the hype coming out, so we was playing against Buddy. So I'm just like, man, I'm about to go off. Y'all tripping, and like we ended up winning too. And Alvin Gentry was at the game, and he hollered at me after the game. He was like, man, what's your situation? I'm like, I don't got no situation. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I don't got no agent, nothing. So I ended up going back to my old agent, and then I signed with New Orleans, and then
What you was getting into in that game? What you was coming out? It was in drop coverage. What you was getting into?
I'm gonna keep it 100. I was 26. I was getting to it though. Like I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I don't even, but they had one of my guys, Ryan Boatwright, a guy that he was guard national champion. You know what I'm saying? Him and Shabazz was crazy too. But I remember us, like every time we play against each other, like it's always a war. So we was hooping. He had like 18. He was on New Orleans, and I had like 22, 23. So it was cool for us to get to that point and have a good battle, at the biggest stage. Obviously, it wasn't the NBA, but Summer League. For all of us at that point, that was the biggest stage. So yeah, man, that was something I'll never forget.
Hypothetically, 2v2, Quinn Cook and Tyus versus Ryan Boatwright and Shabazz. Yo, they had some backcourts back then, bro. I ain't seen no backcourts like that in a while, bro. Even Trey Burke and Tim.
I think the last great one was that Baylor one. What was that, 2021?
Yeah, that was, yes.
In Butler.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
man,
tough.
Man, I ain't seen no backcourts like that in a while, bro.
Yeah.
Them four, Peyton Seaver, Russ Smith, Tyus Jones, Ryan Boatwright, and Shabazz, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Trey Burke. Oh, my God, that was some backcourts back in them 2010s era, bro. Talk to me about – wait, so that Pelicans time was what, 2016, 2017?
Yeah.
And you played that entire year?
I got cut. I didn't play no preseason. We went to China. AD gets hurt. We're down 20. Alvin Gentry sends a message. He tries to send a message to the team. He puts all the young guys in. And I go crazy. I had like 23 that game. And I'm like, boy, I know I'm on the team. They cut me. I go back to the G for a little bit. And I get signed by Dallas. 10 days, got cut again. And then New Orleans picked me up for the rest of the year, like mid-year. So I finished that year with New Orleans.
I still don't know. I just don't understand how you guys keep that mentality for the whole time. I don't.
Nah, it's tough, bro. It's tough.
I don't.
It's tough. It's tough.
That's the mentality. It's not what if, because somebody's looking at you, because every time you show up, you show out, but it's still like a uncertainty. Like I just.
It's not tough. It's tough. You never know where you're gonna be. Like you can't plan. Like where I'm gonna be next week because you don't know. Like my first year, I think I tell people this all the time. I'll go to the G League. Like I got comfortable when I went. My first year in a G. Like I had 2 suitcases. I had my video game. I unpacked everything. Like I set up shop. You know what I'm saying? Like I was comfortable. But that next time when I went down there, like I ain't take nothing out my bag. Like I took if we had a 3-game road trip, took my bag with me because I can get the car any minute. And I had to be prepared to leave. So like I just flipped my whole mentality. And then also what people don't realize is that even now it's it's more of an offensive league. But like people get stuck on the only way I can get called up from the G League is I got to average 30. I got to put up 40. But theoretically, like realistically, you're going to get called up to be the 14th, 15th man. So they already paying somebody $200 million to score 20, to score 30. So you got to do something to get you on the court. So as I was averaging 27, 28, I was still picking up full court. I was taking the matchup of yeah, I was doing all the intangibles, bro, and I got caught up quicker. So,
Yeah.
and then when I got to the league, when I would come in as the backup, I was already used to picking guys up full court. So, it was an easier transition for me.
In 2017, 2018, you were the backup PG for Steph, right?
Yeah, well, me and Sean,
Sean who? Livingston. Livingston. Sean.
Livingston.
I thought
Yeah,
Sean
yeah,
played the
yeah.
two.
On paper, he was the dot. Like, so, like, if Steph early when I got there, they treated me as the third point guard. So basically, if Steph played, I was the three. I was the third. But if Steph didn't play, I would start, and they would just keep Sean with the second unit. But when Steph got hurt, I was playing so well that they had. So when Steph came back, I couldn't be the three no more. So me and Sean had to play together. So, like, I came in there as the three, but I ended up being the two.
Was that your most stable year as a professional in terms of an NBA?
That one and then the next one. My 2 years in Golden State, those two was the most stable. 100%.
Talk to me about that first year because that was 2017, 2018. That's the
Yeah.
second. That's the second championship.
Yep.
Yeah. Talk to me about that year.
It was lit, man. It was like traveling with the Beatles. Obviously, I'm like you. I'm a basketball savant, bro. So
Yeah.
like to be around Steph every day, to be around, Iguodala every day, Sean Livingston, David West, Zaza. Like I grew up idolizing those guys, and for me, like I had a relationship with Draymond coming from college. Obviously, me and KD are, brothers, like my best friend. Obviously, Steph, I played, with Seth, his brother, in college, so I had a
That's
relationship with Steph.
crazy.
Yeah, so like it was a little like I was a little bit more privileged because I had a relationship with those guys, but like I said, I was struggling at first because I was so passive trying to get them the ball, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't myself. So, like Steve and Sean and all those guys will always get on me like, bro, we need you to score. We need you to be aggressive because that's going to open up everything. The ball's going to find the best players. Kevin's still going to get his 20 shots. Clay's still going to get his 20 shots. So we need you to be aggressive. So once I flipped my mentality and I knew like if I messed up, if I have a bad game, I'm not getting cut. It kind of just opened up the floodgates for me to play well. I'm not thinking as much. So they gave me a stable place, and the rest was history. I played really, really well that year.
Did you have to adjust to that system at all? Because that system is different from any other system in the NBA.
Yeah, yeah. Really, the only biggest adjustment that I had to do was like setting like the pin downs and stuff. Obviously, which makes sense, but I never like set pin downs in my life. But like if you were sitting duck in the corner and Clay and Steph or Kevin's coming off, you just obviously go set a pin down. Like
Yeah.
I was one of the actions that I had to get used to. But once it worked, like I would get so many just layups or not even layups, assists, dump offs to the bigs because everybody's flying with Steph and Clay and Kevin, and I'm open for either floater or dump off. So
Hmm.
it was a fun offense to be a part of. And then like what Coach did, with my pick and roll, Steve Kerr implemented that with the second unit. With weak roll. Weak roll was my go-to to where obviously we had sets out of week, but the roll was my pick and roll. So like he was calling that. A lot of times we had four tap where me and Kevin will get a ball screen. He'll be the four. Me and him get a
Oh
ball screen. And
shit!
me and him. Yeah. So like it was like he always wanted me in the pick and roll. So that's when I kind of knew I made it to the league too. I'm like, yeah, Coach Kerr putting in plays for me. So that was pretty cool as
You
well.
running 1-4 pick and roll with KD. There is
Yeah.
literally nothing you can't get to out of that shit, man.
Yeah. Yeah. He was. I mean, he's one of the goats in my eyes.
That's what
So
I'm
I mean,
saying. Like, oh man, that's
I'm getting so many open looks coming off, bro. It's just it wasn't fair, bro. I I mean, it was the best time of my life, bro.
so. In terms of okay, so if we talking rotations, Quinn Cook comes into the game. What lineup is normally like? What lineup is there normally?
So Steph either played the full first quarter, or I might get him with 2 minutes left, a minute 30 left in the first. But I'm always starting the second, so it's always me, Kevin, Clay, because Clay will come out early. Clay will come out with like maybe 5 minutes in the first. So it'd probably be me, Clay, Steph, Iggy, me, Clay. I said Steph, me, Clay, KD, Iggy, or maybe Dot, or maybe D West, or maybe Jordan Bell. It'll just depend on what's going on. But always Clay and Kevin. It was always Clay and Kevin out there.
Bro, I gotta ask you this, man. Is that the greatest team of ever? Like, I feel like it's the greatest team of all time. I'm not even
So
bullshitting.
I'm,
I'm not bullshitting. I'm not bullshitting. Bro.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm biased, but I think so.
There's no other team I could think of. Like, that's 4 Hall of Famers with role players that get a bucket.
Yeah.
Is Iggy a Hall of Famer?
100%.
So there's 5 Hall of Famers.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And the thing about it is like everybody talks about that 2017 team, right? Where they blew through the whole playoffs. I think they lost 1 game. And they were number 1 in, points, number, whatever. But I always go back to and I obviously because I'm on the team, but like I never seen, how like everybody be like, man, the Warriors like they just wait until the playoffs to flip the switch.
Yeah.
And I used to always be like, there's no such thing as a switch. Like I literally seen these dudes because we was losing. Like we ain't get the number 1 seed that year. We was number 2 seed.
Houston was the first seed.
Houston was the first seed. And I'll never forget, everybody was talking about Houston. Obviously, they were built to beat us. James Harden was on another level. And we played them game 1. And I never seen our locker room so locked in. We smoked them game 1 just to send a message, right? Game 2, Kevin misses the game winner, 1-1. We beat them by 40 game 3. But remember, Iggy is hurt. Game 4, they beat us. They stole it from us. Game 5, I missed the game winner. We go down 3-2.
Right? Wait. Game 5. Wait, you just.
Yeah, I missed the I thought I was gonna airball it, bro. Yeah. Bro, I get the stop, bro. I get the stop on Chris Paul. That's when Chris Paul got hurt.
Yeah.
I get the stop. He shoot the floater. We're down 1. Draymond gets it. I'm running the lane. And Eric Gordon fans out to Clay. Obviously, great decision. Leaves me wide open. Draymond, like, he threw it kind of at my legs. So when I caught it, I'm ready to throw it to Clay. But E. Gordon stayed there. So I'm wide open. So I'm like, damn, I gotta shoot this.
You say, damn.
So I shot it. Bro, when I shot it, bro, I thought I was gonna airball it, bro. Cause I didn't want to shoot it because it wasn't
in rhythm.
Low pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, when you first catch the ball, like you first think, if I got a clean look, I'm shooting. I don't care who's next to me. But when I caught it low, I was ready to throw it to Clay. And E. Gordon kind of like stuttered at me. So I took another dribble. I'm like, man, shit, I'm shooting. I thought I was gonna airball that thing. That joke, bro, it was bro, I missed it so bad. We ended up losing, bro. And I'm getting killed on Twitter. And I'm like,
oh yeah,
hey,
you
bro,
you gonna get killed for any little thing.
I'm like, bro, we down 3-2, bro. Why we gotta go down 3-2 when I get to the team? But I remember we got on the plane, bro, and everybody wasn't tripping. Everybody was playing cards. Like I can't sleep. Like I'm tripping right now. These dudes is chilling. Man, we get down. Game 6, we get down like 20 in the first quarter. Like nobody. Like I'm sitting here like, oh my gosh, we're really about to lose. They don't worry about it. We walk them down. We end up winning by like 30. And then game 7, bro. I'm thinking everybody will be quiet, laser focused. Man, dudes is joking on the plane. Clay drinking his beer, like the day before the game, bro. And we locked in game 7 and beat them, like, handily. Like, you know what I'm saying? Got down early.
I don't get that game. Yo, all right,
yeah.
We're going to talk about it. Why are you shooting all these tray balls if you ain't making them?
Yeah, they were that was our philosophy, bro. Like, that was our philosophy. We got to make the others beat us. Obviously, James is going to get James numbers. He going to do his thing, but we got to make Trevor Ariza beat us. We got to make Eric Gordon beat us. We got to make PJ beat us. You know what I'm saying? So that was our philosophy, and just the law averages, bro. Like, they were shooting the lights out the first 5-6 games, but you know what I'm saying? You get tight. You get game 7s, bro. People get tight, and no disrespect to them, but you know what I'm saying? James kept making the right plays, and you know what I'm saying? And then think about it, bro. You got to exert all your energy guarding Kevin and Steph. On that end, you finally get open shots. It's like, that basket gets smaller and smaller, bro. So
What
we
I
was on the good side of history that night.
brother, what I will say is that it was a different year because watching y'all, it seemed as if like, okay, when the game got down to the nitty gritty, throw that shit to Kevin in the mid post. Like, yeah, like it was like, hey, get that bit to Kevin in the mid
Hey,
post
look,
now.
you know something, but because I'm talking anytime when shit got tricky, when it was time for us, guys going 8-0 run, 12 man crowd going crazy. Go ahead, Trey Five, get Trey Five the ball. Let's figure this shit out. And Steph would be like, "Come on, K, like we'll get into his kill spots." And he's special. Kevin's special. He's
There's
special.
nothing nobody could do with that team, man. And I don't even blame James for losing that series. One, Chris Paul went down. Once Chris Paul went down, I knew the series was over. But two, you're making the right play, and I'm not even trying to blame his teammates because Trevor Ariza was really good that year. Eric Gordon, too.
Yep.
Nene was on that
Yep.
roster, too. He had a lot of
Yep.
good guys on that roster that helped him get to that point. But they just didn't make
Yep.
shots that night. You really can't blame James for that series.
Nah.
You really can't. No, I don't think no other superstar in league history wins that series if their second best player goes down. I really don't. Not even MJ himself. I really don't, bro.
And Chris, he's such a competitor, bro. Like not even just his gamesmanship out there, his presence just brings another like level of just confidence for those guys. So that was a big loss for them for sure. But to our defense, we lost Iggy. You know what I'm saying? Our best defender and our glue. Game 3. So I mean, we was down to guys well. So
yeah. When did Iggy come back? Game 7?
he came back in the finals, game 3 of the
Oh, wait,
finals.
Iggy was not there for the rest of that series? I forgot about that.
He went there. He came back game 3 of the NBA finals against
Iggy was primary defender on James when he came to the game, huh?
When he came, Clay started on him.
Yeah.
Iggy got in the game. Yeah, he was guarding James.
Bro, talk to me about that. That we're gonna transition to that following year when KD got hurt. But I want to talk about the finals. Bro, that's the greatest version of Bron I ever seen him. That's the greatest player of all time. That season.
I'm with you.
There's no other player I've ever seen better. There's no version of Jordan I've seen better. And I then went back to the archives and watched a lot of Jordan playoff games.
Yeah.
No.
I'm with you. Bron will go to me, especially my favorite year watching was that 2018 year. I didn't think that. I think they finished 4. Remember they had D Rose, D Wade that year. They traded everybody. He got, I think George Hill, Jordan Clarkson, Rodney Hood. I mean, I think, no disrespect to those guys, but though that team, was being disrespected all year, they might have finished 4, in the Eastern Standards. And I mean, what he did that playoff was ridiculous.
They walked through the East,
game
bro.
7. Remember they had a game 7 too against Boston on the road.
Yes.
And he's incredible, bro.
What is the game plan though? The game plan is what? Just stop Bron?
Ain't no game plan. It ain't no game plan, bro. I remember Mike Brown was like, man, we'll just live. If he goes left, he's pulling up. If he goes right, he's taking it to the basket. And I remember Draymond was like, all right, so which one we doing? Like, what do you want us to do? So first game, we gonna send him left. We gonna live with his jump shot, 51, and whatever he had. Next game, remember he broke his hand. I don't know if people know that he broke his hand after game 1. He like hit the wall because they lost the game at the end. Yeah. Out of frustration, he hit the wall. So he played the next 3 games with a broken hand, bro. Right hand too. Still going crazy, 35s, 39s. He different. If you remember, bro, go watch, bro. At the end of game 4, when when he knew they was about to lose, he was dapping everybody up with the left hand, bro. He couldn't even shake niggas' hands, bro. Nigga different, bro. He different, bro.
Oh my God. That shit is crazy, dog. So what's your feeling getting your first ring?
It was a dream come true. Obviously, I contributed a lot to it. So, and the best part was like, cause like I said, I grew up like obsessed with the NBA, bro. Like obsessed. And after we beat the Rockets game 7 to go to the finals, like I was crying, bro. Like
hell yeah, what you mean?
You know what I'm saying? Steph, like, he was like, man, like, bro, I love the emotion. I'm like, bro, I know y'all used to this. This y'all fourth. This was their fourth finals. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't used to it, so I was crying. But we end up getting there. We end up winning. I wasn't in the rotation in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
But like I didn't care. Like I didn't, man, we here, bro.
Yeah.
So we end up winning. And to do it against the first team that I played with, you know, my dad, you know what I'm saying, he passed away, but he was from Cleveland. So like all my family, his family was in, you know what I'm saying, stands and stuff. So it was a surreal feeling. And it's crazy. Like after the game, like Steph, Kevin, Day, all them dudes was like looking for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I got some amazing videos from like them, like, man, where's Quinn? Where's Quinn? Yeah, chat, like, you know what I'm saying, showing me, you know, big time love. So it's something I'll cherish forever for sure.
Man, I want to fast forward to 2019 finals, man.
Yeah.
I didn't think KD should have came back at all. That calf.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, hindsight now, like, yeah. At that time, I mean,
Was he?
I don't know
He was pushing
if
for it.
if we're up 3-1 or if it's 2-2, I don't know if he comes back.
Yeah.
But like people don't know, this is a B Ellis exclusive. Um, so game one of the finals. So when we played Portland in the Western Conference Finals, he didn't travel with us. So he's doing therapy twice a day, in the morning and at nighttime. So when we were going to Portland, well, we were only there because we swept Portland. So we were only there 2 games, but he didn't travel with us. So we ain't see Kevin for a minute. So he ended up coming with us to the finals. No, obviously he wasn't gonna play, but like before the game, like he was crying, bro, because that was just his first big game that he ever missed in his career. So
Mm-hmm.
like he was crying. So like that's just how much he cared about, you know what I'm saying, hooping, and just obviously he had 2 rings in a row. He's played in the finals before. He's won gold medals. I mean, he's played at the highest of the high.
Very
He
few
was
people
missing,
three-peat.
you know what I'm saying? And he was missing game one and he was crying, bro. Like that's how much it meant to him. And you know, when we got down 3-1, I remember he traveled with us to back to Toronto, and we got worried that he was going to practice. So we like, you know, it's like, all right, cool. Like you been getting your ass kicked at the park, but yeah, I got my big brother now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My big brother coming to the park. And everybody felt like that. Me, Steph, like Steph needed Kevin back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I remember we had practice, went through practice. The next day we had shoot around. He went through shoot around. And we still didn't know, bro. Like, this is the day game 5. We still don't know if he playing. And he put it in the chat, like right after breakfast. He was like, man, I'm playing. And everybody in there going crazy, like in the chat, you know what I'm saying? And we went into that game, and those 12 minutes, bro. I mean, he was the best player on the court.
What, nigga? Might be the best player in the world. Them for 12 minutes, nigga. Oh my God. What
Yeah,
you talking
bro.
about?
So yeah, he went down, bro. It was sick feeling, bro. Sick feeling because like he didn't have to do that, bro. He didn't have to put his health on the line for us, bro. So that says what kind of person, what kind of teammate he is. So
It's like I say, it's very few teams that three-peated. I can only think of MJ and Kobe. I think, right? That ever three-peated in league history. And I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's crossing KD's mind. I'm pretty sure that's
yeah,
crossing
I
his
mean,
mind.
we was right there, bro. We was right there. I
Yeah.
mean, but that Raptors team, but Iggy could barely walk. Looney had a broken collarbone. DeMarcus tore his quad in round 1 against the Clippers. I mean, you got to think, bro, the core of that team had been playing until late June since 2015, bro. You know what I'm saying? So Olympics. So, you know, guys played. You remember Clay got hurt game 2. He missed game 3. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he tore his ACL game 6. So, like, you know, like we were breaking down, man, and those guys were healthy, and they were playing great basketball. They was hooping.
Dang, bro, that is tough when you think about it. Guys could have really three-peated, bro.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, how was I want to ask you this question too. How is because a lot of people just watch these games and don't understand like the amount of like the task at hand and how grueling these games are physically. Just talk to the
Yeah.
people about like because a lot of these people just I'm not gonna say casual, but god damn it, they casual, bro. They don't understand like how tough it is to actually play these games night in, night out, back to backs or 4 and 5 or just back to backs, period. How tough is it to play in the NBA and deal with the physicality night in, night out?
I mean, it's tough. You playing against the biggest, strongest, fastest athletes in the world.
Yeah.
Um, and people say that uh the game isn't physical, blah blah blah. I mean, yeah, we ain't fighting like they was in the 90s. We not clotheslining guys out the air like they was in the 80s and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But you still getting hit by screens, like you still getting posted up, like you still getting fouled. So like the grueling day to day physicality is still something. And me, like I'm a shorter guy, so like I got to get down in the trenches, and anytime I get pushed on a bigger um offensive player, they blowing me trying to get position, and you know what I'm saying. So it's tough, but it's fun though. Like it's fun. It's fun bump. I mean, it's fun. Like just hoop and on the traveling's fun. The 82 games you playing. In this city, this night, this city. Like, I loved it because I grew up. You know what I'm saying, watching it. So I love being a part of that.
Yeah.
That was, like I said, the best times of my life.
Brother, I want to talk to you about the 2020 run, and then I want to talk about the YouTube
Yep.
scene as well. So,
Yeah.
talk to me about that run specifically in 2020, and like what's the process
Yeah.
of getting on the Lakers and then that run itself.
Yeah, well, I was a restricted free agent. So basically, um, the Warriors could match any number that a team offered. And like I said, I had a good 2018 season, and I had a good 2019 season, and I had a couple games in the playoffs, 2 games in the finals where I really played well. So I knew that I was gonna get you know um, a good contract the next year. And my heart, I wanted to go back with Golden State, but I knew Kevin was leaving, so I didn't know like how that would be. So Kevin leaves, goes to Brooklyn, and obviously everybody thought I was going to Brooklyn, but they only had the minimum available,
Oh,
and
that's how
obviously I was,
close y'all were.
yeah, hell yeah, hell
Damn.
yeah,
Go ahead.
hell
Go ahead.
yeah.
My bad for you.
But nah, you good. That's bro. Like, that's my brother.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say how they handled me because Kevin left had an effect, but I think that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And they as I was because like the deals that I was getting, it didn't make sense. Like the extra, and I know it sounds crazy, but like the extra $2 million that I would have got from this team, I would have rather went to Golden State to where like I know Steve's gonna let me play. I know Steph isn't playing 82 games, so if he plays 60 games, that's 22 games where I could be like Steph. I
Facts.
could do the same shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I wanted to go back to Golden State, but it's a business. Like, so I'm still waiting to see what offers I can get. And by day 3, like I had like 6 offers, but they didn't make sense, like from a plan aspect. So I told Golden State that I was gonna come back. And as I was signing my deal, they rescinded the contract.
Wow.
Like as I was signing. So basically, like I signed my contract at 6:30. They could have rescinded it earlier that day. They could have rescinded it an hour later. Literally, as I was signing it, they rescinded it. You know what I'm saying? Petty. But obviously, I feel that they was getting back at me for Kevin. And Kevin said the same thing. So I was kind of on some like, all right, cool. F Golden State, blah blah blah. And then so now I'm an unrestricted free agent. So I had like 14 teams call me like back to back to back to back to back. So I was kind of like overwhelmed, but I'm just like, dang, I never been pursued. Because remember, like, I didn't get drafted. I
Mm-hmm.
was on 10 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you on 10 days, like, any NBA team call, you ready.
Yeah.
But at this time, I got teams. So I'm like, dang, all right, this is a cool feeling. So I remember talking to my agent. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm kind of frustrated with him because how could this happen? So the next call I got was from Bron. He like, man, look, let's run
Himself.
it back. Yeah. Bron told me.
Shit.
Bron called me. Rob Pelinka calls me after that. And then AD calls me. And then the rest was history. I told my agent, man, I'm trying to go to the Lakers. They just got AD. We compete for a championship. I could play against the Warriors 4 times a year. Like, blah, blah, blah. We going to LA. And, yeah, that was it. And it was fun. To answer your question, it was fun. We was the best team in the league. That was the closest team I ever been on, just, from on and off the court. We did everything together. Bron's like the ultimate, guy to where, like, he wants to do, team activities with everybody, but it's not forced, you know what I'm saying? So, like, we all gonna go to dinners, here we all going to the movies, we all going to the club, like, we doing everything together, and it translated to the court. And obviously COVID happened, but we was the best team in the league going in to, the stoppage of the league. And obviously they figured out the bubble. We went to the bubble, and everybody say the bubble ring, Disney ring, Mickey Mouse ring, whatever. That don't say it on the banner that's in crypto right now. So we got it done, bro. And I didn't play as much, but I knew my role with that team was to be a great teammate. Yeah. I had the era of LeBron and AD. And, I learned a lot, bro. And, that was my favorite team growing up. So to win a ring with my favorite team, was a dream come true as well.
I will say this, that 2020 season was probably one of the best, like, I've seen as a fan, because there was no, what's what I'm looking for? Like, how I just knew y'all was going to win it when you was in the Warriors.
Yeah,
I was like, man, ain't nobody beating KD, Steph, Clay, Dre, Iggy, all those guys. Ain't nobody but that year it was y'all and the Lakers. It was the Clippers. The Rockets had Russ and James doing small ball. On the other side, you had Giannis, who was coming into his own. Boston was young, but they could go. They had Miami with Tyler Hero as a rookie, and Bam Adebayo, Jimmy was over there. So it was a lot of parity that year. I was like, yo, this is one of the best years. And then you get to the bubble, and all of a sudden, Dame Lillard looked like what the fuck? Like, Dame Lillard looked pulling from 40.
Yeah. So Dame. Jamal Murray was going crazy.
Yes.
Donovan was going crazy. It was like you said, the 3 years before that, it was the Warriors and whoever
Bron.
Gets lucky to make it out the East. Mm-hmm. But that year, like you said, the Clippers probably was the favorite. It was us, obviously Milwaukee, Miami was young, Jimmy, and Boston had just lost Game 7 and 18, so they was kind of I mean, it was you didn't know, what I'm saying, who was going to be at the end. So,
hey, I want to talk, because there's one specific stint that I really enjoyed that part. I think that was right before COVID hit. It was a game y'all played against the Clippers. Or I might have it backwards. Clippers and Milwaukee.
Milwaukee Friday, Clippers Sunday.
Woo!
Yes, sir.
Hey, bro. Hey, listen. There's a few Bron games. I'm like, okay, he took that personal. 45 against Boston, Game 6. 25 straight against Detroit. Whatever the case may be. But those 2 games back to back was some of the best Bron displays I've seen. Like, yo, what was the talks like in the locker room? Or was it just like regular games for y'all?
I ain't gonna say there was regular games, but we lost to the Clippers twice.
Yeah.
We had lost from opening night, and then
Christmas.
We had lost from Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we had to get that one. And Bron set the tone. I think we did lose to Milwaukee in Milwaukee, but I remember the conversation at that time, because I don't think Giannis won MVP yet. Nah, Giannis didn't win MVP yet. That was his first. I think he won it in 2020. Was his first one.
Something like that. It might be 2019.
But I remember the conversation was Giannis and AD. And I remember Bron just setting the tone, and we didn't have shoot around on that Sunday because it was an early game. But I remember Bron was going so hard and shoot around. Like, when the best player goes hard, you got no choice but to pick up your energy. And like I said, like, it's an 82-game season. We have maybe 50, 55 shoot around. So it's theoretically like easy. Like, guys ain't really sweating and shoot around. But we doing 5-on-0. He's going hard, ripping, dunking. Like, he's quarterback and everything. Like, you can see the intensity. And I'm just like, damn, like, he going some playoff shit. Like, this is 0 dark 30 Bron right here that I would imagine. And those first couple possessions of that Milwaukee game, I remember he just set the tone just with his energy. I remember he missed some shots, but I hadn't seen him that aggressive since maybe Game 5 or Game 20. So I remember his presence just kind of flowed through the team
Yeah.
and that whole weekend, and it propelled to that Sunday game. And we had one more game. We played Brooklyn on that Tuesday, and then that was the last game,
Yeah.
obviously, before it shut down.
There's two more questions, bro, before I get to
Yep.
YouTube. What are the I gotta know, because you got Rondo in the locker room, you got Bron in that locker room. I gotta
Yeah.
know about them film sessions, number one, and then just like briefly talk about the championship series against Miami.
Yeah. I mean, that was incredible. We went to China that year, and I grew up a super, like, Kobe was my guy, Bron was my guy, and then from a point guard standpoint, I love Jason Kidd and I love Rondo.
Yeah.
Like, Rondo and Jason Kidd was my guy. So Jason Kidd was my position coach. So he was my,
Oh,
like,
y'all
that's what
had
I was
J
looking for.
Kidd.
Yeah, Jay Kidd. So it was literally like a dream. I got a tweet that I'm like, bro, I'm really learning from Bron, Jay Kidd, and Rondo. Like, this is crazy. So,
Oh,
and on the planes, I was sitting next to Rondo. So we went to China, bro. We went to China that year for a preseason game. We played Brooklyn over there. And we had one preseason game before that. I forgot who we played. Could have been the Warriors or whatever. But I'm sitting next to Rondo, and this is a 15-hour flight. He's watching the game in slow motion, bro. Like, a preseason game, he's watching it in slow motion. So, like, I'm like, bro, you don't mind if I watch it with you? He's like, nah. So he's stopping it, da da da. So I'm like, bro, like, when you stop it, or like tell me what you thinking, tell me what you, and like he sees the game like in a different, lens. And then when we got to the playoffs, to hear Vogel, J Kidd, like, present something to the team, and they were always looking for approval from LeBron and Rondo. And, like, when you go into film, you like, damn, all right, cool. We got 30 minutes, or we got an hour, like 2 hours. Those film sessions used to be so intense and just so insightful. Like, I used to be like, dang, man, I wish we had 30 more minutes in here. You know what I'm saying? Just from a basketball, purity. So Rondo was amazing, bro.
yeah. Sorry, quick. I got follow up. So, all right,
Yeah.
y'all got Jokic, game 2 or whatever. Woo. You watching film from game 1. Just give me like one. Give me one thing. Give me one thing from out of there.
So our philosophy that we switched from, I don't remember which game it was, because I think we always lost game 1 if I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
mistaken.
why I asked game two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know something.
Yeah.
So our adjustment that Bron, I'm not gonna say it was Bron's idea, but I first heard Bron speak about it. No, it is actually Bron's, because he came up with it in a room the night before. So, as a passer, right? And at that time, Jokic wasn't really a shooter. So if Jokic got it on the perimeter, AD, Dwight, JaVale would back up. So now Jokic's best ability is passing. Now he could just pick us apart. We started to pressure Jokic, so he couldn't pass. And, all right, Jokic, you scored 30. And Jeremy Grant, we'll hold Jeremy Grant to 9. We'll hold Michael Porter Jr. to 10. Obviously, Jamal has the ball, but Jamal has to create all his shots instead of just, getting a free handoff with Jokic. So once we start pressuring him, it kind of changed the series around, because the Clippers never pressure him.
Another thing too, it low key disrupts that too, man, with Jamal Murray and him, especially if I'm
100%.
jamming that screen.
Think about it. Non-shooters. When teams are in drops and aren't guarding certain bigs, like, think of when Draymond has the ball on the perimeter. Think about when Looney has the ball on the perimeter. Most of 9 times out of 10, the guy guarding them, the big, he's off him. He's 5 feet off. He's in the drop. That's a free ball screen. That's a free handoff with the Steph, with the play, with the whoever's coming off. So once we started to pressure him, Jamal couldn't get those open looks like that over 6'10", 6'11" AD or 7-foot JaVale. So that was a great adjustment.
I don't understand why they went away from that years after. So I got Dwight as the primary defender. I got AD as the help guy just in case he gets to the rim. So now in 2023 and 2024, we're not going to have a traditional 5 so AD could play help side. We're going to throw AD on him as the primary defender? Like, what are we like? Why did I never understood that. Even in the group chat with my homeboys, I'm like, yo, if they don't get a traditional 5 to go with AD so he could play the help side, they're never going to beat Denver.
Yep.
Like
I'm with you.
I never did understand why they switched that up.
Yeah, Rob messed that up.
Yeah, I don't get it. But bro, I want to talk to you about the YouTube scene real quick.
Yep.
What have you been seeing? Because you actually are a guy that has been to multiple events.
Yeah.
So what you've been seeing as of like the last year or so?
I'm so happy for the people involved in the space, the creators, the players, the fans who've I'm one of the biggest fans of it. Like I met you, at an event.
Yeah.
I've literally been to multiple events. I follow it like it's the NBA. Like I'm friends with a lot of you guys, and it's fun, and it shows that like you don't gotta you don't have to play high D1. You don't have to play in the NBA. You don't have to be the man in high school. But life is all about progression, and to see people create these avenues for themselves at this point in time. I mean, you guys have super super big followers. Like all your interviews. Like I watch literally all of your interviews. You know
That's
what I'm
tough.
saying? So like, it comes from a place
tough.
to where like you guys have literally created your own lane. So like
Yeah.
I'm a little jealous now that everybody's talking about this Beasley and Lance matchup, or like these casual one-on-one fans. I'm like, bro, like I've been watching this, bro. Like I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm hating now. We getting too popping now. Like you know what I'm saying? Because I was one of the first ones to really like, you know what I'm saying? Nah,
Yeah.
but all seriousness is, man, I think this is a great thing for just basketball in general. And people just look at it as, man, they YouTubers. Nah, all right, you think they YouTubers? These boys can play.
Yeah.
And it's very entertaining. You guys have storylines. I don't miss none of y'all lives. That next chapter of pay-per-view event, man, I, I, I was so mad, like I couldn't be there.
Oh, you was
But
overseas at that time?
nah, I was at home, but
Yeah.
I just couldn't make it. I had an event. I was in Orlando. I had an event that I had to be at on that Friday, and the flight, I just couldn't get to Orlando in time. So school had a ticket for me and all that. So I was sick. I couldn't go.
Bro, what are you seeing with this Lance and Bees thing, bro? I think my honest opinion, I think this is going to like the entire basketball world is going to be watching this shit, man.
Yeah, nah, it is, and they're about to put the one-on-one thing in the All-Star game next year. So I think this all comes from what you guys are doing and just the one-on-one talk. Lance is my guy. Played together in New Orleans. That's my guy, but Beasley, that's my brother. We live together. That's my blood. So I'm going with Beasley.
Give me a score prediction. I can't. Come on, man.
What they going to 30, right?
34 dribbles.
I say 30 to 24.
30, okay, that's solid. What are you
30-24?
What are you seeing from Bees that he can do to exploit Lance?
I mean, he's going to be able to get a clean look every possession.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he'll settle sometimes. You know how guys settle for the threes. They might get it going, and they'll shoot that tough three. It's a tired shot sometimes. But when he needs a bucket, you know what I'm saying, he can get to the mid post. He gets to his triple threat. And a lot of people think that, like, Bees, because he's bigger, he's just going to post him up. Like, Bees don't even post up. Like, triple threat, jab, get to your spot. Lance ain't going to be able to block it. Now, Lance is going to be physical with him. Lance, that's how he plays. Lance can shoot. Lance is tricky with the ball. But, I think just for one-on-one, I think this is what Mike lives for.
Shit. You mean to tell? All right, so listen, you don't think like, okay, he rips left or right, boom. First dribble, I'll go by you. You bump me after that first. You don't think he gets back to the basket and gets into that bag at all?
No, he can. He can, but I think people are banking on him, being able to post up Lance and use his size and physicality to win.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Bees don't play like that no more. Like, Bees is like he's more skilled now than he was, when he was in the league. Like, he literally lives in the gym all day. Not saying that Lance ain't, you know what I'm saying? I like Lance to tell you, I used to have these Instagram lives, bro, where I like put like these hypothetical one-on-one matchups. And I remember the matchup that we all had was Lance versus Victor Oladipo. Kevin Durant was like, man, I'm gonna put 50,000 up for the winner. So this was this big thing. And I like it was funny because me and Lance, we was in New Orleans, we would play one-on-one together. Like we would play one-on-one, me, him, and Alonzo G. Us three would play one-on-one against each other every single practice. And so I seen Lance get one-on-one back. So the whole time he like, you better warn them boys, Quinn. Like, you know what I do one-on-one, blah, blah, blah. So like a lot of people, don't know what these guys are capable of sometimes just because they can't show that in the NBA. So I know Lance's one-on-one bag is tough, and he's a tough competitor. He's a Brooklyn kid, Brooklyn guy, New York guy. So he's going 200%. But I just got to bank with one of the most talented guys I've ever seen in my life, and that's Mike. So
I'm just wondering Lance's approach, bro, because I gonna lie, he was on 10 all season. Like I'm talking hella shit. Like just like straight Brooklyn shit, like going fed the whole time. So I'm curious to see his approach, bro, because I do think he quicker than Bees.
Okay.
I do think he's quicker. I think he can get to the rim, but I just think Bees' length, bro. If I'm able to rise up over the top of you, gang, what the fuck? What can you do for real? Like I'm gonna be more efficient.
This is historical, something that's never been done. Something that's long overdue, and I'm happy that you guys are bringing it to the table for sure.
Brother, what's your top 5?
No, in the YouTube scene?
Yes.
Scoob, Zay, Nas. I like Nesco.
Okay.
I love Nesco's game. That's 4. Tuesday, Nas, Nesco. I'm gonna go with the home team. I'm gonna go Bruce, man.
Oh, he going for home team.
I'm gonna go home team, man. Okay. 4 guys from the crib.
Okay.
Who I'm missing?
You got Moon, Tay.
Tay beat Bruce.
Cam.
I like you. I like Pat.
Yeah, Pat been balling.
Scar. Yeah, I like that 5 right there. Like Friga. I like Friga.
Rob.
No. You know who I really like?
Rob. Go ahead.
Oh, Rob.
Somebody in the chat said Rob, invalid top 5.
Rob. I'm going with the home team.
You go home team.
Rob 6.
Bro, I want to ask you this too, man. Like, I never expected these type of paydays for ones. And we all saw Nas get that payday. I'm like, yo, that is insane. Like when you first started, because I feel like you and Scoob been knowing each other for how long?
Forever.
That's what I'm saying. So like when Scoob started his one-on-one journey, did you see like potential paydays like this?
Nah, I ain't gonna say it capture you. I mean, I thought the paydays off the subscription, and I don't know how YouTube works, but I'm thinking, that was the only way. Like that was like the big bag, but I wasn't thinking, you could do an event and you get 50 racks. You Curtis Jackson people. God, niggas going overseas sitting 3 months for that. Dudes playing ACC, Big 12, SEC, going over there sitting overseas for 3 months to get that. He made that in 3 hours.
Fuck. Damn, they sitting 3 months?
Yeah, 100%.
I ain't gonna lie to 3 months. What that is? I'm about to do the math real quick. Cause if I'm sitting 3 months for 50K, I'm still doing it. Fuck they talking about 50K.
No, I mean, that's still a payday.
Shit,
that's
16?
That's like
16 a month? Yeah, I'm taking that all day long. All right, tax free.
16 a month.
Tax free. Shit, I'm taking that all day. Bro, I ask every NBA player, you know what I'm saying? Especially, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, because you're one of my favorite PGs, college PGs for damn sure. Will we see you, will we ever see you know what I'm saying, check up with another NBA guy?
Yeah, it gotta be on a Street Stars event though.
You want it on Street Stars?
I gotta do it on Street Stars. I gotta do it at the crib. I gotta do it, you know what I'm saying, for for the hometown first if I want to do it.
You ever, but like, let me ask you this: has it ever crossed your mind though? Like, let's say somebody never asked you that, right?
Yeah.
And you were just watching the scene, how you've been watching the scene, but nobody. Does it cross your mind while watching?
About me playing?
Yeah.
Nah, because I'm such a fan of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so pure to me right now.
Yeah.
But like when I get on people's lives and stuff, and like when I like comment or like when I say anything, everybody's like, man, you check up. I was like, bro, I'm just enjoying like the rest of y'all, the same people who run on the court, the same people who's at all these events, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, why can't I be like that? Because I just like, I'm literally a fan of, I've watched every single event. So like, I just kind of enjoy it. But like, if I got in there, like, it'll get dark. It'll get nasty.
Look how you looking at the camera, chat. He
It'll
dead ass.
It'll get nasty.
Hey, but you like, go ahead.
I mean, me in school, like me, school, Zay, we spar. Like last time me and Zay matched up, he gonna be mad. But last time me and Zay matched up, I mean, you know, it got dark. You know what I'm saying? That's my little brother. That's he he got the rock right now. He repping the city. So
yeah.
it's Zay and school show. You know what I'm saying? They the goats at it right now.
So I want to ask you this: looking at the 1v1 game, let's say you had a game tomorrow. Like, let's just say, what are some of the things you are looking for as a player to exploit? Like, if I'm saying, okay, like just tendency-wise, okay, I'm looking at can he go left? Can he go right? Can he finish? Like, what are some of the things you would look at to scout a player?
While I'm playing them or before?
Before.
Oh, I mean, if I'm playing a one-on-one guy, I'm gonna watch all his videos. I'm gonna see the games that he won, which what he does well, the games he lost, what he struggled with, what kind of shape he's in. One thing that I do that when I play one-on-one, because I play one-on-one every day, I never let guys see the ball go in the basket. That might just be the shape that I'm in. But I never played in one of these games, so I'm not saying that I'm still going to be like, I'm probably get tired as well. But I think like when Bruce played Joe the other day, like
you was there,
Joe was winning, smooth Joe.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But Joe, and I think it's probably because Joe got tired, but he allowed Bruce to see the ball go in the basket a couple times. And it's like when you play in the game, if you're struggling, what's your coach tell you? Get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the basket. So that's kind of one of my things. Is like I never want to give my opponent, you know what I'm saying, a free three or everything. You know, you got to make it tough, and that's just being in tip-top shape. Yep. So that's something that I would try to, think about when I play, if I were to play.
Brother, you been seeing this Smooth Joe shit, man?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My gosh, man.
I've been seeing it, man.
I think they just let that go. I think they just need to let that go.
Yeah,
don't play.
Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just, you know how it is. People be having pride and, just people be having audiences. So it's just kind of like, I got to show that I'm not a bitch. I'm not a sucker or I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and Joe's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? He means well. And I like Joe is that, he going to talk his trash or whatever, but he going to play basketball. He ain't going to hurt you. He going to let you land. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? So I like Joe. He's very entertaining. And obviously school, you know what I'm saying? He's as tough as they come, and he's going to play real basketball. So hopefully they can figure it out and end up playing because that's long overdue. But that Bruce Joe game was really good too.
Oh, you was there for that one?
No, I watched it. I watched it online.
Yeah. Brother, let me ask you this question. What do you think is next for Nas after that pay-per-view? Because that pay-per-view is February 1st. We almost in mid-April.
Yeah.
What do you think is next for him? Is it an NBA guy? Is it another YouTube guy? I would like
one
to
guy. It's one guy. I know they don't want to hear it, but it's one guy. We all know who Nas has to play next.
Isaiah Briscoe.
No. That would be good though, but no. We all know who Nas has to play. And I love both of them to death, so I can say it. But I don't like all the cute buddy shit.
School?
Who's Nas' last loss to?
Thank you. The fuck, nigga.
They gotta play, bro. They gotta play. They gotta play.
All that buddy shit. Get that shit the fuck out of here.
They gotta play.
These niggas
They
gotta
gotta play.
check the fuck up, man.
They gotta play. And look, Nas, bro, look. I mean, you was with us in PR. Nas is my brother. Like Nas been in my crib. Like I love Nas. Nas came to my games, but I think the only guy that he has to play right now, especially after that Frigga performance, is he has to play Zay. And Zay is at that level now. Zay is at the table. I think Zay is the big dog in it right now. And I think I don't think he has to play now. That has to happen.
Oh, I'm clipping this. This is going on the YouTube short. This is going on. This is going on Instagram. This is going everywhere on every social. Because, bro, I've been saying this, bro. They played already. Nas is at the top of the echelon. Zay's at the top of the echelon. It's 1-0 Zay right now, bro. That rematch will do what?
Now, granted, because Nas was playing somebody else the day before he got hurt.
Facts.
And he stayed an extra day. I think this was his first. I think he had just came off the injury. You know what I'm saying? He had no idea about Zay. And Zay, obviously, we all know now, you know what I'm saying? Zay wasn't known like that, obviously, to you guys at that time. So I ain't going to say he caught Nas off guard. There's no excuse, but, you know what I'm saying? It was a hell of a game. So now that Nas and Zay is at the table, I think that has to happen for the culture. That has to happen for the culture.
I've been saying it. I don't think Nas. I think the way Nas thinking right now is he's thinking that he wants an NBA guy.
I get it. I'm with you, but
hey, you know what I heard? I hear you, but nigga,
he got to play Zay, and Zay has to give him his fade back. Not saying he's not. I'm just they both on the Street Stars swag right now, so which is good. You know what I'm saying? I'm Street Stars too. You know what I'm saying? That's family. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all for that. They got to play though.
Shit, hey,
Scoob and Rob got to play one more time.
Yeah, for sure. You
know,
for sure. But brother, just because we're in the same faction don't mean we can't have. You know what I'm saying? That's the best bump.
We got to figure it out. We got to figure it out. Who the top dog of this shit right now? That's it. Man. We can go back to be brothers after. We both gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying? But just for it, you know what I'm saying? They have to play.
Who's the best?
They gotta play.
Who's the best one-on-one player in the league?
Kevin Durant.
And then give me. All right, let's do top three.
Kevin Durant, SGA. I think it'll be hard to stop Giannis, but I'm gonna go Kevin Durant, SGA, Tatum.
You heard that, chat? Tatum.
Yeah, Tatum, that guy. I don't know what they hate on him because he light skinned. He got good shape, but I don't know. They tripping. Tatum that guy, man.
Hey, bro, I don't know why they so sleep and disrespectful, dog. Just because he ain't hooping and hollering, talking hella shit, he ain't got to do that at all, man. Like,
Tatum,
man.
Tatum, and I know I got my Duke. I know the brotherhood. No bias, man. Tatum is him. Tatum like this, man. Tatum like that.
All right, so we talked about YouTube C a little bit. I do want to talk about was that last night, a couple nights ago, about the game. I got to get your take about the game. I got to get your take about the game before I let you up out of here. Brother,
I'm still sick.
Brother, it's a 15-point game with 6 minutes to go. I just know. Listen, and I ain't even trying to be this old school nigga, but I just know point guards will close that. I know hella point guards that were like, hey, run this.
Bro, we up 4. I know. We up 6 with 40 seconds left with the ball, bro. I'm gonna tell you this. We was up. They missed it. It was 55-59. It was a 4-point. It was a 5-point swing. Brooks misses the not Brooks. Roberts misses the easy lay. Cooper comes down, hits the 3. 62-55. Look, I'm there. I'm sitting behind the Duke bench. Timeout, bro. I called my bros. Hey, I'm booking y'all flights right now for Monday. Come on. I called my mom. Come on, we gone. I'm on Delta looking up 4 flights, bro. We up 7. I'm like, this shit over. And then it happens, Slim. Then it happened. I'm still sick right now. Sick.
I knew the game was about to really go Houston's way off the inbounds.
Yeah.
Inbounds pass.
To your point,
skill.
though, to your point, like you saying, like, hold on, like we need a bucket, but as a PG, like we didn't have a true PG, right? So everybody's getting on Sheon James, but it's like a point guard knows how to get open to go get the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and we didn't have a true PG. What I think, like, to go get it, I don't think Proctor was at half court. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't really a PG. Like, Sheon was running the point guard for real. So, yeah, I think us not having a pure dot hurt us at the end. And then another thing was, most of our games been blowout games all year.
All
our
tournament.
Games, all our close games we lost. So the game pressure, you know what I'm saying, it was different. And you playing against the number one defensive team, it's going to be tough. So
yeah,
right there.
Houston does pride themselves off 90 feet of heat all game. I always say that. And I mean, Sampson is not letting the boys let up. They could have been down 12 to 15 points in the final minute. Their ass would have been up in that full court press. We not folded for nothing. But I just felt like, especially, and then also Cooper got a clean look. He got a clean look to get the.
Yeah, I ain't mad.
Great look. That's a great. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Who you got in the championship? That's going on right now.
Yeah. Don't even tell me. As soon as it's over, I'm pressing play on my TV. I got Florida.
Yeah, I got Florida too. Clayton and stuff.
Clayton giving me Shabazz Napier vibes, bro. Giving me Napier vibes.
You think those guys know who that is?
Yeah. They better.
Bro, the PG. I don't think these people know. Like, I don't think these people know. I don't think they know about the PG era of the 2010s. The PG era of the 2010s.
Let me ask you this: Who was your favorite though? Like, who was your favorite? Like,
it depends.
PG
it
or
depends.
guard,
What am I looking for? Because it's two categories. It's a scoring PG, and then there's my traditional point guard.
To win, you try and win it. You try and win it.
Woo! That's a tough. I'm gonna give you my top three.
Okay.
Trey Burke is one.
Mm-hmm.
No. Kemba's one. Trey Burke. I'm gonna give you my top five. Trey Burke, Kemba.
Yeah.
Bro, y'all was nasty in the 2010s, boy. I was like 12 years old watching niggas. Hold on.
Yeah.
Trey Burke, Kemba.
Yeah.
Ellis.
Uh-huh.
Peyton Seaver. Hey,
good list.
I went from
good list.
Hey,
That's
what,
good list.
2011's Kemba.
Yeah.
2013 Trey Burke. 2015 you. Man, there they go. Yo, niggas is going fed, dog. And then you add in just the guys like somebody coming in, Carson Edwards.
Tough.
Like
Tough.
Bro, that 2010 to about 2019 era, I don't think these motherfuckers know the point guard position is full of guys that you could learn from, man. Scoring wise or floor general wise. And I even say Austin Rivers. That's a two-guard nigga. But I'm gonna
go Kemba 1. I'm gonna go J Will 2. I'm gonna go Nolan Smith 3. I'm gonna go Juan Dixon 4.
Juan Dixon, you gotta tell me about him. I don't know who that is.
Juan Dixon went to Maryland. They won it in 2002. Him and Steve Blake was in the back.
See, I gotta learn about him.
2002, Juan Dixon. Okay. Got drafted by the Wizards. Had a decent NBA career, but college, oh my gosh. And in 5, I'm gonna go Ties.
Ties?
I'm gonna show my brother some love.
How many years Ties stayed at Duke?
One and out of there.
One and done? Man.
One and done.
Somebody said Johnny Flynn.
Johnny Flynn. Man, that 2000s era was the rock. Oh, no. I'm sorry. And Tyus, I love you. You my brother. You won me a championship. But Tywan Lawson, man. I'm sorry. Tywan Lawson. Woo. Tywan Lawson.
Bro, they had Yogi. Somebody said Yogi. Bro, they had some tough Yogi Ferrell picking up 90 feet, hitting tough threes.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, you remember Taiwan Lawson?
Where you go?
Carolina?
Hold on, I gotta do some research.
They won it in 09, bro. Hey, look,
I'm gonna
they
do some
won it in
research.
09. They won it in 09. Ty Lawson.
I'm gonna have to get some research. I'm gonna do some research, bro.
Please, for me, bro. For me, please.
How tall are you? 6'1", 6'2"?
5'11". 5'11", bro. 5'11".
ACC guard at 5'11", doing all this.
Might be the best point guard to ever come out of Carolina.
Oh wow.
Yeah, did 3 years. Went to Oak Hill. He went to Oak Hill. Probably one of the best guards to ever come out of Oak Hill. Went to Carolina.
Wait, what did he play in the NBA? Where did he play in the NBA?
He played most of his years in Denver.
Oh, I know what that is, man. I know Ty Lawson, man. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, man. I didn't know his full name was Taiwan.
Yeah, Taiwan Lawson. Yeah, Taiwan, but yeah, obviously Ty Lawson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. That's a different breed, bro. That's a different breed.
Yeah,
Dog,
different.
What point guard you like right now? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't been tapped in. I've been watching the tournament.
In college?
Yeah.
I love Clayton. Clayton my favorite right now. Walter Clayton from Florida. Elijah Hawkins at Texas Tech, pure point guard. They lost in the Elite Eight to Florida.
Yeah.
Obviously, I love Proctor. I love Proctor.
Duke, yes, Duke. Yep.
I love Tahad Pettiford from Auburn, the freshman.
Number 0.
Yeah. Tough. They keep going, man. It's some tough ones out there.
Nah, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Fuck all that. That era in the 2000s was nuts.
Yeah, that was a golden era right there.
Nah, bro. I mean, you can.
Hey, look, Juan Dixon. Hey, chat. Juan Dixon, Maryland Terrapins, national champion. Taiwan Lawson, Carolina, national champion. Nolan Smith. Duke. ACC Player of the Year, national champion. Yeah.
Nolan Smith was here with it, dog. I like PGs like this, bro. I like scorers, but I like PGs like this. I can manipulate the game without even having to put the ball in the bucket. It's a different type of level of skill. Yeah, I had 15 points, but these 10 assists right here, so I'm really accountable for like 40 of these motherfucking points.
Yeah.
Like, that's a different breed, brother. You got all right, so we got QC in the building, man. You've been on here for almost 2 hours, man. I'm going to let you get up out of here. Any last words for Any last words for you, QC?
No, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the space. You know what I'm saying? Great energy. First time I met you, man, we was having basketball debates. You know what I'm saying? First time I met you, we having basketball debates. So, you know what I'm saying? You just like me. I watch your channel. I appreciate what you bring, you know what I'm saying, to the basketball scene, man. Like I said, I'm a fan. You guys are taking it to the next level, man. So, I appreciate you having me on the show, Brody.
Yes, sir, man. QC in the building. Appreciate it, dog.
Yes, sir, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. All right, Chad.
Yes, sir. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that's a W interview. Shout out Quinn Cook for pulling up and showing love to the channel. That was a great interview. I felt like I was talking to somebody I've been knowing for a long time, man. No cap. That's a 2-hour interview, man. Shit.